I'm good here.
Solid.
16 foot. Ha ha ha. 25 footer magnetic right here. Yeah, let's do it the way. Oh boy, don't work with Andre.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So if you've been following along, you know we've made some serious progress on our 12 by 24 shed. In part 1, we tackled the walls, frame it up, and square it up. It's really starting to take shape now. But today we're gonna move on to a critical phase, building the roof rafters. This is where we start to really enclose the structure and protect it from the element. We're going to be assembling these rafters on the ground, which is much safer and more efficient than trying to do it up high. Now, before we jump in, let's talk about what we'll be doing. I'm following the instructions from our shed manual, specifically page 22, which details how to put these rafters assembly together. Always a good idea to consult your plan. For a shed of this size, we're going to have quite a few of these, so consistency is key.
So what we're gonna do right here is shoot it in.
Keep it just about 3/4 of an inch. It says one quarter. Sort of like that, yep. And that's it. Okay, that looks good.
I'm about to lift this piece right here up to Yellow, and we're gonna try to test fit it on both sides, and it should work just fine.
Got it?
Yeah. You good there? I'm good here.
I'm good here.
Yeah?
Good?
Oh yeah.
So we can shoot it in. How many do I need to shoot?
Put 2 on the top.
It's solid, but
Yeah.
it just sucks because like they pop off.
Yeah.
They're still in. I got most of them in. All of them are in, but some not as much as others, I guess.
Yeah.
You'll see on your side too.
Yeah, nice.
So we're using a 2x4x12 to act as a template. We'll ensure that every single rafter we build are identical in size and angle. This is a crucial part for a straight, even roofline, which will make installing the roofing material much easier down the road. If your rafters aren't uniform, you end up with a wavy roof and nobody wants that.
Okay, let's put this one to the side now. So
You don't want to install. Let's just install them one by one.
that's too much up and down.
Either way, we got.
Now what we're gonna do? Okay, let's do this. Grab that. Set it on top. Set yours on top.
Oh, this is smart.
Okay, and leave it there for now.
Yes, sir. And drink some Gatorade. That was a good call.
Okay, so we've got all the rafters set up right here, and we will go ahead and flip them over, put them 24-inch on center. Okay, so now we have all the rafters built. We are gonna go ahead and mount them up there.
As you can see, Andre is making some small adjustment before we head on to the next part. Alright, so real talk for a second. We started pre-building the Gable unit on the ground thinking we were ahead of the game, but when we went to test fit it, well, it just wasn't playing nice. Something was catching and it wasn't sitting flush on the top plate.
Lay it up there first and you walk up there.
I got you. You climb on your ladder.
Okay, I got the height.
Oh. Got it. Hold up.
I gotta go this way more.
Oh, why the board is not fitting?
He's not.
Oh man.
Is that how? Oh. Well,
Are we supposed to drop it? That's stupid, right?
Instead of forcing it and potentially weakening the structure, we decided to take it back down. We went back to the manual and reread the instructions. So I didn't realize we missed a small step regarding this Gable unit. It's a perfect reminder, if it doesn't fit, don't grab a bigger hammer, grab the manual. We're going to make a few adjustments and we're gonna try again.
it says to just put it together like this.
So pretty much we took it back out and we started putting the panel on just like how it shows in the picture here. We figured the easiest way to do this was just to put each panel on at a time.
Yeah, it's too hard like this. So we're gonna line this up in the middle because it seems like.
Hey, how middle am I? You gotta,
But why is it so high up?
why is this so crooked?
No, that wood is crooked. Maybe it's got to be overlapping that one so the water doesn't drain when it rains. So make it flush on the very top.
Well, you have to go on the other side and show
wait.
me
Okay.
if I need to go more left or right. Go from the inside.
No. What I was saying, don't make it flush right here. Bring it to the outside here. Bring it.
Okay, raise it up.
Yeah, we'll line it up that way.
Yeah, I think this is the right way.
Yeah. Okay, the very top looks good too.
Okay, I'll adjust it once I get my gun. You good?
Looks good here. Okay, put one on this side.
Oh, that was an accident. Right here?
Yeah. Okay. Alright, let's leave it like that for me. So much easier to do it like this.
Give it here?
Yeah. But you have to use a big gun.
No, it's not level.
No, not right there.
Down
Put it
here.
over. No. Look. Put it over here like that. See?
Get it right. My gosh, they made us do all that like idiots and they're wrong.
Yeah.
God, it's messed up. Huh? It could have been done already.
No, like shit. It's hard. It's gonna be hard to calculate it exactly where it needs to go if you don't do. You know?
Hey, look at this, yo.
No, you gotta go inside. More. Alright, no, work your way up there.
It's
So
good.
bring it. Make sure that it's touching the very top of the wood. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. And that keep it tight. Yeah, because I'm gonna shoot that one into the wood too, so it holds it even better.
Solid. Yeah, they're right on the money though, man.
Mm-hmm. See if it fits right at the right angle tying. Oh, I may have to hold it on this. Huh?
So the next part of this project is to build a gable overhang. Now that we've got the main gable unit sorted out and sitting exactly where it belongs, it's time to give this shed some character. We're moving on to the gable overhang. So this is just about the look. It helps shed water away from the face of the shed, which is used for the longevity of your siding.
You gotta do the same thing with this one over here. Huh? What did you say? Hey. You say I don't trust you?
You lined up the bottom, right?
Yeah, the bottom. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring the other piece, which is gonna be the hardest piece to put up there.
On this side?
Yeah, we're gonna start. Since we have the ladder here, we're gonna go. We may as well.
I agree with you. Solid. Good deal.
We are about to wrap it up for today. We're cleaning up all the scrap nails off the floor, but we got a good bit done. We're proud of ourselves. We worked 12 hours, so pretty much 24 man hours went into this project today. This side's all done. For the most part, not yet. The roof is, until we lay some sheets. We got a bunch of more sheets right here of plywood that we will be installing right here because this side is naked as of right now, but the next day we will have to work on this project. We will get a good bit more done, maybe all of it, because not much is left, just trim and a couple pieces of wood. We got a majority of it done today. Elon did really good. He put his boots on, running up and down that roof, shooting nails left and right. Very good.
Right. Thank you.
Cleanup time.
What kind of meat, Elon?
Chicken, maybe chicken. Yeah, chicken or pork. This is what I use for work. It works pretty good.
Really? I've never seen that.
For 12:30, if I want to warm up around 12:30, all I gotta do is like set the timer. Then it's throughout the day, it warms up. Stops around like 10:30, 11:30, then it slowly warms up to 190.
So for those who are wondering what we're talking about, we're just talking about this Lunch Easy box where it actually heats up your food for you. All you gotta do is set a time and your food will be ready by that time. It's a really neat cordless food warmer that helps warm up my food while I'm on the road.
One thing I don't understand about Elon, guys, is he buys extremely big ladders. And he don't even weight that much. He's struggling moving this thing around all day. I'm like, dude, get a lighter ladder. He's like, nah, I already bought this one. He don't want to buy another one.
Well, the lighter ladder are more dangerous.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
Not for your weight. Yeah, if you have a ladder rated for 300 pounds and you weigh, 500, then that might be a problem. Got it?
Wait. Okay, hold on. Let me get more. Better grip.
You got it?
Yeah, I got it. Go ahead. Did I move your ladder out over to the back?
Why'd you move my ladder?
Because I was making some measurements.
Oh, deal.
Yeah. Yeah. Alright. Grab that side, I hold it onto this side over here. Okay, let's go and slide it towards the
Hold up.
Okay, go ahead.
My hand's getting stuck in this. 2x4.
Oh, this one's gonna be tricky, okay? You have to put your hand on the bottom so you don't have
Alright, you go hold it.
Yeah, I'm
I gotta
holding it. No.
But first I want to pick it up and then we can slide it once it's clipped onto this other piece. Lift it up. There you go. And then I can slide it to you.
Hold on.
It's the easy way. Don't fall, alright? No rope.
Go ahead.
Hey, I'm good over here. Do you need me to go more? I can go more.
Yeah, go ahead.
There's still room.
Go more. Because I want it to be, see if I can get it flush with it. Okay, good. That's good.
Oh, you're looking right on the money over here.
Half an inch over there, at least 4.
Yeah, this is a little more than half. I want to say we're sitting at almost 1.
1.
Almost.
So we have enough,
There's enough room to nail it.
nail it? Okay.
Hey, do you want to just stay up there when I pass you the next one?
Fine. Okay guys, so the next thing we're gonna do is we are going to put the trim for the soffits. on the bottom there.
Are you putting it from the bottom like that?
Yes, from the bottom like that, yeah.
With the roof sheeting down and the shed finally dried in from the top, we're moving to the underside of our overhangs to install the Gable Soffit panels. In the instruction book, you can find this on page 65. So these panels protect the rafters from moisture and pests, and they give the roof line a clean, solid look.
Make sure that's why people watch us, because they think we're interested. How you doing over there?
Okay, I'm good, yeah.
You promise?
Yep.
Gonna get covered up. You got it?
Got it.
Yeah, perfect. Don't shoot more. It's a light piece, man. We're shooting like 25 nails for 2 pounds.
All right.
After every minute, this building is starting to look more and more like a shed. We're gonna get this thing done. Now we just gotta look at the book, see exactly what they want us to put on this side. We'll use the ladders, bang, 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 bang with the hammer, and be done. Or air compressor, whatever we got in our hand. We got more ladders than people here today. Find what we need, Elon?
Yeah.
What does it say?
So we need 4 of the, no, 2.
16 foot. Ha ha ha. 96.
96 and 72 3/4.
25 footer magnetic right here. $96 even, Elon. Is that right?
Yes.
Looking at 72 3/4. Right on the money. Milwaukee.
So that's
I love it.
yeah. So the 96.
They want to
So
do
this one stays in the middle.
Yeah, let's do it the yeah way. They want to do it, yeah. Oh boy, don't work with Andre.
Alright, this is the big one. Well, finally installing the metal roof panels. This is what's going to make this 12 by 24 shed bulletproof against the rain and snow. We went with the color brown and they look incredible. And just like that, the roof is on. Part 2 was a total roller coaster. From building those rafters and that head scratcher with the Gable unit. But we stuck to the manual, got the shading down, and we finished it off with this awesome metal roof. We're officially dried in, which is a huge milestone for this 12 by 24 build. If you enjoyed the progress today, do us a huge favor, hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss the next phase. We've got a lot more work to do to get this shed finished. Thanks for hanging out with us, and we'll see you on part 3.